If social media is an indication of the way a nation will vote, then the past week has been a good one for Donald Trump. Brand's Eye is a media analysis firm which has been examining online commentary for and against the two candidates in the month of October. Their CEO is on the line. He's Jean-Pierre Cloppenburg. And why do you say that Donald Trump has had a good week?
Well, there's an overwhelming swell of support for him on social media across all 11 of the battleground states.
And that's according to social media. What are social media polls?
Well, it's not a poll per se. What we do is look at all conversation on social media. So this is hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, we were talking about Florida a minute or two ago. Just this week, there have been 66,000 unique people speaking about the elections on social media. And what we do is look at the quality of those conversations and divide them into four categories: people who are supporting Trump or supporting Clinton, and then those who are against one of the each of the candidates. And looking at those in a various ways, advocacy versus detractors, we try and see what is the level of support that a candidate is getting on social media in that specific state. So it becomes a poll, but I think the fundamental difference is we're not asking the question, who do you like? It's an unsolicited, unguarded expression of how somebody feels without anyone asking the question. And I think what that reveals is something fundamentally different to a poll, because you're kind of getting the raw emotion of what's happening on the ground very quickly.
So that's how they differ then from regular polls. But how have you seen the analysis go over the last couple of weeks, say? I mean, you say the last week has been good for Donald Trump. Have you been able to sort of match movements across the last month or so?
We have, yeah. What we've found is typically it looks like sentiment on social media preempts the other polling by a couple of weeks. So as a poll comes out, we saw that same shift a few weeks back if we look at the sentiment on social media. And coming out of July, Clinton was well ahead. She had a lot of support, a lot of people speaking about her. And then there was obviously the scandals surrounding Trump, where he was just battling to get ahead. But about 3 weeks ago, and particularly off the back of the whole email scandal a week or so ago, it moved rapidly. And it's almost like it was a spark to dry wood, where just social media erupted, and it gave license to what seems like a whole lot of bent-up anger towards the establishment, which is now fueling support towards Trump.
Now, your system accurately predicted the outcome of the referendum here on whether to leave the EU. Donald Trump, we know, needs 270 votes to become president. Put your predicting hat on now. What do you think? Will he do it?
Well, I mean, if social media is to be believed, and I think we've got to take it with a pinch of salt, because social media is coming of age. It's an exaggerated trend that we see on social media. So in Brexit, we saw 56.5% of Britons on Twitter supporting Leave. And in the States, for Florida, what we're talking about now, 90% of people in Florida are either supporting Trump or against Hillary. And that's just a magnificently bizarre statistic to look at. And we're seeing that in Virginia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Colorado, and New Hampshire. All of them are showing a similar trend on Twitter. And so with Brexit, I think it was those couple of days before where it was very volatile. And the day before, we saw it move back towards the Remain category. But it wasn't. It was almost too little, too late.
All right. We'll wait to see. Jean-Pierre Cloppenburg, thank you very much indeed.